Hello, this is Sarah Braasch. Welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be part 2 of my account of what actually occurred on May 8th, 2018 during the napping while black incident at Yale. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So I just happened to turn my head and look through the open doorway into the interior room of the common room, which was dark. I saw a laptop and a few books and other items sitting on a desk. This was a very strange thing to see. I had never known anyone to use that room to study in the 2 years that I had lived there. And of course, it would have shocked me to learn that anyone had been using that room to study that evening. I was also concerned that someone had left their laptop in the room where anyone who could get access could take it. I walked into the interior of the common room to get a closer look. I was shocked to see what appeared to be, in the dark, a sleeping human form, entirely obscured from head to toe with a blanket. I had no idea if this person was a man or a woman, or the race or identity or sex of this person. I saw only a sleeping human form entirely obscured by a blanket. My first thought was that this person was one of the persons who had been harassing me that evening, and even possibly for months. I had no idea if this person was a resident or a student or a friend of a resident or of a student. People try to make use of the common rooms as hotel rooms for their visiting friends not infrequently, and there is a housing regulation that prohibits such behavior. I also want to make clear that the excuse the Yale administration and campus police gave me for not being able to do anything about the fact that I was being terrorized in my isolated dorm room for months is because they had no idea who my attackers were, or if they were even residents or students or Yale affiliates. And Provost Spangler and Provost Smith had both assured me repeatedly that the students involved in the February 24th incident would stay away from me, my dorm room, and the 12th floor of the Hall of Graduate Studies, as they had absolutely no reason to be there. What I saw when I saw this unidentifiable sleeping human form was someone who was making use of the 12th floor common room as a hotel room, in violation of housing regulations. What I also saw when I saw this unidentifiable sleeping human form is someone who had most likely been terrorizing me that evening, as well as for months, and someone who had probably set up camp immediately outside of my isolated dorm room for the purpose of terrorizing me. I interpreted the scene as my attackers having become so desperate to settle their delusional, jealous, and obsessive personal vendetta against me before the end of the academic year, which was fast approaching, that they had decided to set up camp immediately outside of my isolated dorm room for this purpose. I said to the person, "Are you sleeping in here?" And I turned on the light in the interior room of the common room. I said to the person, "You can't sleep in here, and you can't use this room as a hotel room." A woman emerged from the blanket. I had never seen her before. I had no idea who she was. I didn't know her name. I didn't know if she was a resident or a student or even a Yale affiliate. The woman was wearing a pink shower cap. She appeared to have been asleep for the night, as far as I could tell. There was nothing on the coffee table in front of the sofa where she was lying. To me, it seemed clear that she had gone to bed for the night. She did not appear to me to be merely taking a nap over her books or laptop. I asked her repeatedly who she was and if she was a resident or a student. She would not answer me. I identified myself as a resident of the Hall of Graduate Studies, and I told her that she could not use that room as a hotel room because no one is allowed to sleep in the common rooms. She then made comments to me that made it clear to me that she was not only one of the persons who had been harassing me that evening, but that she was also one of the persons who had been harassing me for months, including on February 24th, 2018. She said to me, in what I interpreted was a hostile manner, "Are you that lady who called the cops on that party? You are the lady who called the cops on that party." Then she picked up her phone. It wasn't clear to me what she was doing with her phone. I thought that maybe she was taking pictures of me, but then I thought that maybe she was calling the Yale campus police because I had called the Yale campus police back in February. I definitely felt like she was doing something to retaliate against me for the February 24th incident, and I became concerned for my safety. I said to her, "What are you doing? Are you calling the police?" And I said, "No, you're not going to call the police. I'm going to call the campus police." Okay, I'll conclude there. So thank you so much for spending a few moments with me.